Hey, welcome to Warhammer. And I'm your host,
Late nights.
Jessica Dom Verdi. Where I step on your toys and make you regret. Oh, Pandar.
Pandar, thank you so much.
People were actually watching you?
Wow. Wow. Pandar, how was your stream?
Don't ask. We have
No,
our
that's
own
what
thing.
what you do when somebody
No, you
raises
do a shout out. You do this. Go to your. You don't ask how he was doing. You just do shout out.
I don't think that works on my channel.
Well, it should.
Oh, all right, it works.
And then you move on because you're too big of a streamer to worry about people that send you 5 people.
Am I? Am I too big of a streamer? I don't know.
Detectives by night. Yeah, definitely femme fataling it.
If you are funny enough, if you are into the mystery and detective genre and also Warhammer, they do have Warhammer mystery novels that you can get and read.
I got him. Got him. I was happy to hang out over here. Now I'm just sad. Pandar, no. Welcome. Please, Pandar. Everyone say hi to Pandar.
Hi, Pandar. I appreciate it.
Give him Norse meat hearts.
They
They like it when I treat him like shit.
well,
Where do the children go? I'm scared about them.
oh no, they're upstairs. Okay. They're fine. So remember, always use plastic glue when you're gluing plastic. But I always have this thing when I get down to like the last little bit and it just stops working. So I got more. Very important.
You don't leave it like that.
No.
Is this a plastic bottle? How does it work like that?
It's special plastic.
I don't understand.
I don't either. I think it's an air thing. Savage Punch, thank you so much for the resub.
I think drinking is my problem.
It's your drinking problem?
It's my drinking problem.
Yeah, so I can continue working on the glider tank. So I realized I've been talking about how well... Oh, thank you.
No, just two.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I know, I like that. How well this is going, the Gladiator tank. And it looks awesome. I did do something wrong.
Uh-oh.
Now, this is not something that anybody would really notice unless you looked really closely. So the engines in the back, there are 2 pieces, right?
Okay.
And apparently, if you don't look really closely, you can misalign them. So you see how you see that? Now again,
just
like
break
this, you could only tell. So you see right? Oh, let's focus right here. So you see there's nothing on that one, and you see there's a little like arrow on there. So one is slightly misaligned. It's fine. The way they're glued in, there's not really a way. Sometimes you can.
Oh, that's very sweet. I didn't see that your mom messaged, and then her channel is very good and has quality content. Don't believe a thing he says, Evie. But also, hello.
So sometimes if you have a model where you don't like the way something is glued, what you can do is you freeze it, and then because it makes it brittle, and then you can pop it apart.
Will you do that?
No, because it would be so hard to get into there.
Hi, Emily.
So what I'm going to do, and I've talked about this already as far as kind of like a theme for my chapter, like reusing older things. When I paint this, I'm going to paint one of these bells like it's brand new, and the other one's used. So it's like a new part that they had to stick on in the middle of things. Yeah,
so then the whole thing is gonna have to look banged up then too, or you might have to follow
or vice versa. Maybe if if I make it look nice, then it'll be like dingy, like they had to grab one off of a.
And you can do it with other parts though too.
Right? Yeah, for sure. But at least that'll help explain.
Well, I'm gonna put a quote on my channel that says, "You are very good, Jess." Recommended by Norse Meat Mom.
You should.
That is very sweet. Yes. Honestly, if a mom approves, you're golden.
Right?
My mom doesn't approve,
I know,
so
right?
I
just gotta smash it with a hammer. It's done now.
So what are we doing here today? And why are there 2 rubber bands?
Whenever you're gluing big things like vehicles, it's always good to have rubber bands around. in case you're gluing like a big section, so you don't have to hold it. So you just rubber band it. So I just have them around.
Cool.
I wanted to show you this.
This is my surprise?
No. I don't know where that rubber band has been.
It doesn't matter. It's just going in my hair. Well, where would you put it?
Look, I got kids running around. I don't know. So these are, and I showed these off briefly on stream the other day. Yeah.
Sharkies?
Well, no, they're whales.
They're the whales.
Yeah. It's very hard to see.
Oh, they're pretty. You said orcas, right?
Yeah.
Very pretty.
So these are the sprues. 60 of them.
I'm so
per sprue. I got 2 of them. They are whales.
Experiments with Jess sounds like the worst name for my channel. These are so cool,
so
dude.
I have 120 total. I do need to wash them and then cut them all out, obviously, and then just start gluing them on with shoulder pads.
Can I paint them for you? I won't do a good job. Never mind. Because
Well,
you need to do it black and white in order for it to be clearly what it is.
Yes.
Or purple and pink. You don't want to do purple.
Just something. No, not on these guys.
They are killer. I get it, Peg Junk.
So yeah.
Hold on.
I'm happy with they.
That's a cool dance.
And I will do shout out. So these are from Pop Goes the Monkey. He has his own website now. He's also on what's the Shapeways. You can find him that way too. He does 1 million shoulder pads, accent things for your models. It's very, very cool. Replacement parts. So there's some models that like a lot of people don't like one aspect of them, so he has parts that.
Oh, that's interesting.
So actually, like for this, so without the whole back part on it, this is an impulsor, and a lot of people didn't like the look of the whole open back end. They're like, oh, it looks like an El Camino, blah blah blah. So he makes a 3D printed cover for the back. If you didn't like it this way, stuff like that. But to turn this into the tank, this one has.
I kind of like it though without that. So you could just make it like that, right? Like the guys are just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it personally.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to, I'd probably leave it like that, and then drag bodies off of it. Like,
sure.
Just married. Just kidding. We don't have genitalia.
An old 70s horror movie called Orca. I've not.
Arsenal
not heard
Roy
of that one.
would know. Okay. Well, what are we doing here today?
Well, are you gonna paint?
Is that all I am to you?
An exquisitely talented painter. Is that all you are? No.
Where's my paintbrush? Did I keep it this time?
Oh, your paintbrush.
Yeah. I don't think I took it.
Excellent question.
Can I have a trash one too? You have a trash one, right? Not trash, but like a lot. Yeah.
That's fine.
What have you done?
I will have to find it.
It's okay.
It's around here somewhere.
Probably better that I don't use it.
Let me look in one place.
There was a small fire. Now that he's gone, let me tell you the secret of Jesus Christ. I don't know.
No, it's not
in improv, you can't stop yourself from saying the thing you're going to say, because if you don't say the first thing that's in your brain, usually, unless it's like pee pee poo poo caca, then you are going to not be as funny as it normally would be. Hi, Colton. How was my Christmas? It was chill. I had a good time on the Perception Studios.
I tuned in for just a couple minutes.
Silly, fun.
Yeah,
Arsenal Roy was so dead on with his donations. Pandar was dead on with his donations to make me do things. It was very, very fun. Hi, Undead Saints fan. And oh my God, you're so right, Arsenal. I should have rearranged them all. I was like tired going into it.
Yeah.
And it started a little late, but it was still just a total blast.
Cool.
I don't know if you have the same thing I do, because you probably don't, because you have children, so you're busy all day. But if you have like an important thing to do in the evening, your day's a wash. Like that tends to happen.
Yeah, because you're anticipating.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I definitely know that feeling.
You donated for a Belle Delphine? Should I do it now?
I mean, yeah. It's what the people want.
Hello, everybody. You didn't know I was British. And also, today is Boxing Day. And my name is Belle. Cheese. She wouldn't do that. Is she an uwu?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what it is, huh?
Yeah.
Uwu? I learned a lot about uwu last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Squirrel!
Were you researching this?
No. Okay. It kept on getting donated for.
Oh.
And I think the first person to do it was Corey, which she was so good at it. She's like, uwu? Oh, George Bailey, uwu? I was like, what is happening? Yeah. And then Chunk and Cucumber had to do it. It was a lot.
That's great.
I liked the dwarf game, Jess. The dwarf game. The one I was playing on Thursday?
When you were previously.
Yeah.
So for all of you people who did open up presents and things for Christmas or whatever holidays, I did want to mention, because I saw my son opened up some, I don't even know what the hell this was from. But stuff like this.
It's perfect terrain.
This makes really good terrain. Just cut the edge off of it.
And make it a town.
Yeah. You can just, and then you can cut holes like for doors and windows.
I want to do it. Can we do a whole thing, please?
Sure, yeah. I mean, this is perfect. Like, there's a little building here, and these are really, really good.
Keep it. I want to do.
No, I know. I stole it from my son.
How dare you? Would you sand it?
You don't need to. You could just, it could be like like terracotta buildings or something.
Oh, sure.
On whatever planet. But yeah, these are
It really is good. A Mondo town. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like a Mandalorian or something.
Yeah,
it's
like
got this has like a Tatooine, yeah.
But yeah, so don't throw these out. Save all of your trash.
You should have told them yesterday.
I didn't stream yesterday.
I managed to steal from a child today.
It's a good feeling, right?
I really feel really good. I was like, give me that. And he's like, okay. And then he wanted to give me all three of them. There's 3 different colors.
I'll ask for them back at some point.
Do you think so?
That's his MO.
It's too late.
Yeah. It's too late. They're yours now.
It's yellow. It's mine. I marked
it. So yesterday, because again, Games Workshop, they love Christmas.
So does James Workshop.
Which is a little weird. James Workshop, yes.
It took me a minute to realize that James was a play on games.
Oh, okay. That's why, and then chat suggested Jane's Workshop. No.
James?
Yeah.
Oh, like it is mine?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely pro recycling.
Really clever, guys. You guys should start streaming.
Wow. So there was a...
Go off!
So there was a really cool model that they debuted yesterday, and...
It's debuted.
And I kind of wanted it, and I got the email early in the morning.
I thought you were going to strip this for me.
And I put it... We didn't decide...
I told you to strip it.
We were going to wait and see when it dried fully what it looked like.
Oh, you were right. It doesn't... I don't like it.
Okay.
Looks like mustard. I ran into a mustard car.
That could be cool, too. So I put the model in my cart first thing in the morning, and it was more expensive than I thought it was going to be, and I was like, went to do a couple things, came back, and it was sold out.
Oh no!
Like, all right, well,
so like no chance to buy it ever again?
I don't know. They haven't specifically said if it was a one-time only deal, but whatever. That's fine. It's fine.
Is it? Okay, so...
Yeah, it's all sold out within a couple hours yesterday.
What are you giving away if we get 15 more subscriptions today? We'll do a giveaway in the chat.
Okay. I've got some more stuff. I sent out... So, Peg Junk, because of the mail, who knows when it's going to get there, but there's a very cool package. There's a very cool package on the way to Peg Junk. But yeah, I got more stuff. I've got lots of stuff. So... We're very excited about a new rock tumbler in the family.
It's a very... You have a new baby?
Yes. It's very loud. It's going to be installed in the garage.
So it's like that big?
Well, no, it's loud.
I see.
It makes a lot of noise. And apparently once you turn it on, it's on for a month. It takes a long time to tumble rocks.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's condensing thousands of years into a month, so... It's a whole deal.
I'm very confused. What's the point then?
It takes rough rocks and it makes them smooth.
Okay, but why?
Just like the streams of yore.
Can you...
I don't know.
Can you do multiple rocks, or is it only one?
Yeah, no, you put a bunch of rocks.
I see.
And you need a little bit of like grit and water.
Kind of like sand
exactly.
in a oyster's mouth.
Yes. Yes. There is a YouTube account called String Storm, and they make, among other things, they make Warhammer themed music.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. Some of it is really good.
Okay.
Some of it is silly and goofy and whatever. The only reason I bring it up is because right now they're giving away their entire back catalog for free. So if you're interested, checking it out.
Of music?
It's music, yeah.
So and like we could use it for things?
Oh, well,
like what did they
like you can download. I don't know about.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because normally you can buy their stuff and download it, but it's free. They have a really good one about a character who happens to be an Emperor's Children character called Rylanor. It's a super, super sad story. And
are they all musical, or do they have words?
Oh, it's words. It's like a story or like an explanation of stuff. And there are videos for them, but usually it's just like the Rylanor one, they're 3 characters singing, and so they're just 3 icons, and like they just light up when the people are talking. So it totally works just with the music.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Rylanor was a dreadnought. So he was a dude who was severely hurt and interred into basically a living sarcophagus. But he was a really cool guy, and he was all about tradition and helping young people into the Legion. And then he was... we haven't talked about Istvan.
I don't even recognize that name.
So in the Horus Heresy, which we have talked about, when half of the legions went bad, the first thing that they did was they had to get rid of... Hey, Tiny Chris.
Hi, Tiny Chris.
Excuse me. They had to purge their legions of... they had to purge their own legions of anybody who were still loyal to the Emperor. Or else they would rebel and fight back against them. So the first thing they engineered was a massacre on a planet called Istvan 3. So there was like, oh, we got to go down on this planet and take care of some stuff. So we're going to send an elite force. And it just so happened that this elite force consisted of all of their own people who were still loyal to the Emperor. And they sent them all down to the planet. They did their stuff. And then they virus bombed them.
No. So COVID.
Yeah, super COVID. So in the universe of Warhammer, the Imperium of Man does this thing called Exterminatus. You may have heard of it. And it's essentially when they determine that a planet is too far gone, and they just say, screw it, we're just going to annihilate all life on the planet. And there are a few different ways of doing that. Cyclonic torpedoes are fun, but the virus bomb is...
I'm sorry, your son is far more engaging than you are.
The virus bomb is the grossest one. So they drop this virus bomb, and it propagates through the atmosphere, and it just melts any organic tissue, and it turns it... Yeah, the Life Eater virus. And it turns organic tissue into like a flammable gas, and then it ignites the gas, and it's super gross, and it annihilates all life. Yeah, it was really, really bad. So they got rid of all of the loyalists in one go, but a couple of them survived.
Of course, because otherwise it wouldn't be a story.
Right. And so it turns out that Rylanor, in his dreadnought suit, survived. And then thousands of years later, there was a signal that was detected on this planet. I'm like, what is this signal? So a couple of thousand suns actually go down and check it out. I'm like, oh.
Wait, a couple of thousand?
A couple of the 1,000 suns. A different legion that we haven't talked about too much. But they find that, oh my god, it's this Rylanor guy. He's waiting. He's trying to get Fulgrim to come and see him before he dies. But it's a trap. He has another virus bomb.
No,
and he's trying to get
You know that my dumb questions actually make it so people actually remember these things?
No, of course. There are no dumb questions. There could be silly questions, but there are no dumb questions.
I knew that was Thousand Sun and Thousand Suns, the thing.
That's good. So anyway, that's my favorite of String Storm's little musical things. So I downloaded the collection just for that, but I'll check out the other ones. Games Workshop is also running their yearly Model of the Year competition.
Okay.
So I highly suggest people go and vote.
What are you voting for?
I've narrowed it down to a few that I'm thinking about.
Let's look at them.
Possibly, well, they don't make it easy to go and look at them. So they expect everybody to vote to know everything they've ever done. So they don't narrow it down. It's just a list of every single model that came out in 2020.
Pictures.
But they don't have pictures.
Why?
Because it's Games Workshop. So you have to know what they all are, and
that's kind of dumb.
It's silly.
It's a little silly.
It is silly. And it's also silly that you can pick from every single model they release in the year. They should narrow it down to the top 10 or 20.
Then people will feel like, why didn't you include my this and that?
Yeah, but clearly some are more impressive than other ones.
Yeah,
but some of the new Necrons,
people are really sensitive.
Good. Yes, that's true. The procession of Saint Catherine for the Sisters of Battle is really good. Is that your brush right there? Was it? Did you?
I don't know what happened. Where did that come from?
Wow.
It wasn't there. I swear to God it wasn't there.
Careful.
I know.
I actually... So I have a little box and I just stick it in the top of the box and I pushed down on it and it went through, the back of it went through the outer 2 layers of skin.
No.
So gross.
Needles be needling.
Yeah, well, and it's just the back of the needle. Even that's pointy. Yeah, so you can go vote if you want. I thought it would be funny if we made like a betting pool on which model would win, but we don't need to do that.
Enjoy your lunch.
If you are into Christmassy stuff, if you go to Games Workshop or the Warhammer community site, they've got a bunch of Christmas content.
Junk.
How to Christmas size your models, how to make ornaments out of your models.
Oh, that's cool.
Downloading stuff for kids. So yeah, if you're into that sort of thing.
Are we going to be hungry after this stream? Because I'm going to be.
I mean, I hear that there are donuts.
I can't do donuts. I have to do actual food.
Okay.
I'm going to have a donut after I'm done with lunch.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Emily has a question for you.
Okay. I like your hair like that, Jess. Is it braided? It's kind of braided. A little. I did it 2 seconds.
Is it plaited?
French. Braided? Plaited means braided, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Isn't it where it's like bigger, flatter sections?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I did it in 2 seconds, so thank you for the compliment.
There you go. Thanks to Brexit and COVID and 2020, Games Workshop is stopping its weekly releases and going to fortnight releases for the near future.
Well, that's cool, though.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
Fortnite is 2 weeks?
Yes. Apparently.
Yeah. It's been a fortnight since I've seen
It's been a fortnight. Okay. Fork knife. Right.
Yeah, Fortnite.
Fork. What happened?
So many meanings to the name Fortnite.
Sure. Or just 2 weeks.
No, the game.
Yes, the game. Because you should only play it once every 2 weeks to maintain your sanity.
I should have chosen already.
It's clear. We don't do that on this channel. We don't do the fork knife. There was
We should do our streams every fortnight.
Give the people what they want. There was a preview yesterday with some cool stuff, and that's going to lead us into our main discussion today. No, we're just something to talk about. We're going to talk about a faction, a race in Warhammer that we haven't talked much about, and I'm not sure how much you know about it. So
yeah,
it'll be
not.
Cool. So, first of all, we've seen before they previewed this lady for the Sisters of Battle, and that is the Palatine.
Ooh, she's pretty.
Great. She looks super cool. The Sisters of Battle.
Palatine's a cool name too.
The Sisters of Battle models that they came out with mostly last year, they're fantastic. It's a great range, very very popular. So they previewed this one. She essentially acts like a lieutenant for the Space Marines, so she lets nearby allies reroll wound rolls of 1, which is very good.
So she's like Peggy Carter.
Yeah. But the big question was, how are we going to be able to get the Palatine model? I assumed that she would be part of a larger box of things, and lo and behold, I was right. So the new box is called it's called Piety and Pain. It's a perfect name for Warhammer stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
So you get a small amount of Sisters of Battle and a slightly larger model count number of Drukhari, Dark Eldar.
I feel like that name Drukhari is used in a MCU movie.
They have Chitari.
Yeah.
Which is close. And yes, I will write out. So this is... Now, you might be asking yourself,
No,
Drukhari...
probably not, because no one cares.
Drukhari, that's a silly name. It sounds like Drew Carey. It's...
I like the name.
Odd to type out. You like it?
I like Drukhari. It's cool.
Okay. Why are they using this name when for years and years and years they've been Dark Eldar? As it turns out, Games Workshop cannot copyright or trademark the name Dark Eldar because Eldar has existed forever. It's a term for elves. It's been around for a very long time. It's in Tolkien, blah, 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 blah. So they're like, we can't do Eldar. They're the Drukhari now. Sure.
Great.
Why not? The same thing. So anyway, so that box has, for the Sisters of Battle, has the new Palatine model, a Retributor squad, so those are the sisters with the heavy weapons, and then an Immolator, which is a little
things
tank.
On fire?
Yes, with lots of flamethrowers. The Sisters of Battle love heavy bolters and flame weapons, especially. They're pretty rad. The Drukhari in that new box, the pain part of Piety and Pain, they've got witches, scourges, a venom, and a new Lilith Hesperax.
Cleanse it with... Hi, Darian. Cleanse
like
it
this.
with... Ooh! I knew they were going to have red hair. I knew it.
So Lilith she's rad. She's one of the...
Whose grave is that?
What is that, actually?
It looks like a...
Oh, I think it's a regular Eldar. Just the angle's weird.
It's definitely grave hunting.
She's such a good warrior. When she fights, she has a bunch of attacks that she does, and then her hair makes attacks.
That's cool.
Do you see the hook?
Yeah, oh,
so
cool.
That actually, like,
how does she not hurt herself? I don't understand.
I mean, well,
why does she not have shoes on?
Oh,
what?
Because how could she jump around if she had shoes on?
Jump around.
Hey, at least she doesn't have high heels on. So let's take that.
Win.
Let's take that as a win.
That's
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is Lilith. She's
Lilith.
Super popular. She's been around in the lore forever, and new model. Good times. Good times.
Do this. Hold one hand.
She is a strong, independent woman. That is right.
Face this one.
Beyond that, and then the other previews were for Age of Sigmar. So the Slaneshi folk are getting a whole bunch more stuff. What is happening? What does that mean?
It's from Community.
Oh, never watched it.
Do it. Hand out. And on 3. Yeah.
Wait.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
But does it mean something?
No, it's just a handshake.
Okay.
It's a great handshake.
Okay. So let's talk about the Drukhari. And I'll put up some artwork. It's the hand. I'm sorry, I don't know this one. So the Eldar. Let's talk about the Eldar. Do you remember anything about the Eldar? The elves, the space elves.
Malika played them, and I wanted to play them.
She's played both the good ones and the dark ones. Yes.
No, so I don't remember much beyond that.
Okay, and that's totally fine.
Is it?
Yeah, of course.
See, Emily, I'm here for you. She gets it. You don't understand me.
What don't I understand?
You just can't. You don't understand why I'm hanging out with your son. You just don't get it. Come on, get it.
Oh, because he's more exciting than I am?
Yeah.
No, I get it.
1,
Yeah, the
2,
SNL
3.
elves.
No, without the counting.
So the Eldar. You like that guy?
I can't tell. Does he look like Loki?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
And the guys in the back?
I mean...
And that guy?
I mean, no.
No?
No.
Doesn't do it for you?
No. Is that girl again?
Just
Enjoy your lunch.
one of the people.
What?
The Tamagotchi's gonna stay here.
Okay.
The Tamagotchi's gonna stay here. Okay, cool. Oh, what are we drinking?
Cheers, Emily. Oh, yummy.
Bye. How about this guy? No, don't open it that way. Press the wrong button.
He's cooler looking. I mean, I guess they're cool.
There's so many dead guardsmen in these pictures.
I mean, that's not a dead man. That's a in pain man.
Well, he wishes he were dead.
Yeah, that's
what's
more
about
likely.
to happen to them. Soon to be dead, yeah, or worse. What do you need?
I just want something else to paint. This thing is...
Oh, no! Don't do that.
It's fine.
It is fine, but
I know it was fine. Just too much paint on it.
well, we'll use the LA is totally awesome.
Yeah.
See what we can do. Did you want to? You did such a great job on the orc. Did you want to just do the other orc like that?
But how do we get rid of that stuff?
Oh,
Not
well,
these-
we might be able to do it with Q-tip.
Too much work. And so
But then,
I'll do it again. Practice makes perfect.
so the Eldar, now known as the Eldari, they were
Eldari? Why is everything changing?
well AE again because so they could trademark it or copyright it, whatever it means.
Too much.
Yeah. Oh no, it won't open on your MacBook. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ask around. There's a big community of people using Tabletop Simulator, so there might be a workaround.
On your MacBook?
Oh, it's Steam. I don't know. Maybe it's a Steam issue.
Yeah, you might have to download a partition or a Windows emulator. Pander actually left, huh?
Did he?
Didn't mean to scare him.
How do you know he left?
I don't know. He hasn't talked at all.
Oh, he's just absorbing our scintillating conversation.
Mm-hmm.
No? Yeah. Eldari. So the Eldar, I'm just going to refer to them by their old name because that's what I do. They were the kings of the galaxy for a very long time.
Okay.
I would use a different term, but my children are nearby. What? No, I was going to say King S. Yeah. That's a term. Yeah.
In the game or in general?
Yeah, in general.
I've never heard it before.
You've never heard that term? Okay. It's a thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I know all the bad words.
Okay. Yes, that's a thing.
Carry on.
I didn't make it up.
Well,
Anyway. And like they were in power and for a very, very long time. Like thousands and thousands of years. The problem was they got bored. And that's a problem that happens to most advanced cultures. Because you see, they were so advanced.
they just had nothing else to do with it.
That they had nothing else to do.
Too many Jeremy Baramies.
Their technology, their magic, their psychic powers were so advanced that they basically eliminated manual labor. They were just a bunch of people hanging out. That, coupled with the fact that as advanced organisms, they felt things more deeply than any other species.
So they needed something.
So they needed to feel.
Sounds like me.
Right? So what did they do? Well, a lot of them turned to less than healthy pursuits. because they liked to see pain and perversion.
Oh no.
As much as they liked beauty and art and all that sort of stuff.
So they were hellraisers.
Yes, most assuredly so. And so the worst of them were the pleasure cults of the Eldari that moved to a city in the Webway. And we can...
What's Webway?
So the Webway is how the Eldar got around the galaxy.
Oh, cool.
Most races in Warhammer 40k travel...
Racist?
What?
Most races are racist.
Most races, yes. Well, most races in Warhammer are racist. Yes.
Yeah.
Most races travel via the Imperium or the Warp, and that is literally a hell dimension full of hell gods. But technically it's like a subspace realm. So you go in, it's a shorter distance to travel, and you pop back out. The Eldar, they didn't even need that. They had their own way of traveling called the Webway. The Webway is another subspace dimension. It's a series of tunnels, essentially, that can pop out in different places.
Is it also hellish?
No. It's calm.
Oh.
Mostly. Yeah, and it existed long before they sort of found it and used it. It has very odd properties. There's some parts of it where you can like see through the walls and see these titanic dead entities beyond the walls. Yeah.
Cool.
But it's Arsenal Roy. So people who watched Desecration Nation on Hyper may have a slightly skewed view of the Webway, but that's fine. It's all good. So the Eldar would use the Webway to travel, bypassing the warp entirely and not having to deal with the Chaos Gods. Now, this actually ties into a lot of the stuff with the Imperium of Man, because the Emperor discovered the Webway and wanted to use that for humans, thus saving humanity from the Chaos Gods. Now that ended up backfiring completely because he didn't tell anybody what he was working on, and it was a whole dumb thing. But
stupid humans.
Pretty much, yeah. So the Eldar even had their own... They even had their own cities in the Webway. The most famous of all of them, where the pleasure cults were located, was Komaro. And there are different ways of pronouncing it, but I'm just going to go with that one. The worst of the worst people live there. They are... Komaro. They torture people. They have slaves. They do weird body modifications. It's bad.
I don't like them.
It's real bad. And it gets to such a crazy culmination of all of the bad stuff that they're doing that it ripples into the actual warp, and it spawns a new god, the god Slaanesh, that we've talked about before.
We don't like Slaanesh.
Well,
you sometimes. Like Slaanesh?
Sometimes. When I'm in my Emperor's Children mode, I do.
I got it.
And I'm going to write this in chat, but not say it out loud. But a common... Hey, Mexican Robin.
Hi, Mexican Robin.
So this is a crude statement, but it is a accurate one. That's what people like to say. And it's true. They were so depraved, so over the top in their perversions that they literally birthed a chaos god dedicated to those things.
Ugh.
And yeah, and when that happened, it sent out a ripple, and it killed most of the Eldar who were in the material plane. It literally stole most of their souls. So now it's bad. A lot of bad stuff happened. It ruined the race. They are now in decline. They will not last much longer. Like galactically speaking, as far as time. And the ones that are left are either like the pure-hearted ones. They are the good Eldar, and then what are now the Drukhari, the Dark Eldar. Do you want to prime that first, or just paint right on it?
Oh, I guess priming it.
I mean, I just don't know what the material... Does it take paint? No,
priming will actually need to do it. Like, I was going to take, like, just white and do it, but priming is probably better.
I mean, I have white primer, too.
Yeah, we can do that. I think I would say, white primer. Another day.
Okay. But no, this will be a fun project.
Yeah.
We could use this for the secret project. which we'll talk about soon.
Pandar's right. Panda had an idea that there should be different tiers of different toys. So like McDonald's toys for freaks that like McDonald's toys. We should do Warhammer for other people.
Yeah.
Like specifically MCU.
Yeah.
Just like get those freaks what they want.
Mm-hmm. Chicken Barf. Yes, I have a
Chicken Barf?
few Larfleeze toys. Chicken Barf is about the toys.
Chicken Barf. Welcome.
Hey, I'm Norse meat. I
don't
put a claim to
I got no problems.
To good screen names.
I got no problems.
So the Dark Eldar, yes, they are all about just doing bad stuff. Again, they don't really have souls anymore because Slaanesh ate them. Mm-hmm. So they figured out that by doing horrible things to other sentient beings, they can give themselves life. Wow. They can sustain themselves. And so that's what they do.
Wow.
In an entire game setting of not good factions, the Drukhari are legitimately straight up evil. Evil for evil's sake.
But why? Just because they're so bored.
That's just their thing. They're pirates, they're slavers, they are murderers. That's their bag, baby.
I don't like them.
Some people do. Some people are into that.
I guess I get to experience things. Friggin' incels.
But I mean, they're specifically right. I know. They're
just kidding. Sorry.
In a video game, they do stuff like this. They experiment on people.
What is this?
Just more horrific art.
Oh no!
See, more guardsmen. I didn't realize that all these pictures
had dead guardsmen.
Yeah.
Ooh. And they have 4 arms. Why?
So one of the things is they have such advanced technology that they can craft bodies and sometimes experiment and add things and take things away and yeah.
I don't know.
No like.
Gross.
However, there are various classes kind of things in and among the Drukhari. So there are 3 sections of their society. There are the parts that are just the raiders. They go out and fight. So they are led by archons, who are just like great warriors. And we're gonna look at models now. And they are led, or their main people are the Kabbalite warriors, the warriors of the Cabals. Yes, as Sarda said. And they're cool. Like the models for this range are generally very good. Like they're really detailed. The faces
are really bad.
These are old.
Okay.
So some of these models are very old. You'll see some new ones in a minute that look much better. But the models are cool. Like I can see why people are into painting these models and making them their own. But look, I mean, people play this army. It's a thing.
Makes me question those people.
Well, I will say that Nox did a phenomenal job playing the Dark Eldar and embodying a homunculus, which we'll talk about in just a second. So the Cabals are just sort of like people. They're raiders. They go and attack things. They have they have a bunch of really cool vehicles. Actually, might as well look at one of those right now. I'm sorry, no watermelon today. Their vehicles often look like crazy pirate ships in space. You got people jumping off of them.
I like the color.
There are hooks that hang down and slash at people.
That's pretty cool.
So those are cool, right? So that is actually a vehicle called a raider. And yeah, they have neat stuff. So that's sort of one part of, they're going to, they like to hurt other people. They like to hurt themselves. It's a whole thing. So that's sort of one section of their armies. Get rid of that. Then the next are the witch cults. And those are typified by warriors called, you guessed it, witches. And these are essentially gladiators for the most part.
Okay.
Oh, and I should mention that the Drukhari are very egalitarian. Lots of ladies. You can build entire armies of all ladies if you wanted.
When were the ladies introduced?
The models?
Like, yeah, when were those gals involved?
These are a while ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I mean, you don't get, like, if you bought one pack, you don't necessarily have enough pieces to physically delineate all of your models as ladies, but
is it because they're girls is it because they're evil that they were okay with making girls?
No, but that's a good assumption. But the regular Eldar are like that too. Essentially, they're a little bit more enlightened, and the men and women can do whatever they want. So yeah, so the witch cults are it's all about gladiators. And they're led by succubi. So when we talked earlier about Lilith Hesperax, she was
a succubus?
Yes, she's the head. She's the top dog.
Nice.
The most badass of the succubi. And they also have other warriors called like Hecatari and Incubi, all of that kind of stuff. Oh, I have a picture of that.
So was Incubus Incubi?
What?
Was the band Incubus?
Yes.
Interested in being Incubi?
Maybe.
Why would they name him after the male version of it and not the female version?
Probably just found a silly name and
liked it.
Well, they're right, but they're used by here. Look at these. See, these are cool. Look at those models. Those are neat, right?
They're kind of cool. The horns, I could take or leave.
Okay, you can cut them off.
No, it'd be cool to have like a half cut horn.
And then
there were two.
And then you have the covens.
Ooh.
Led by a homunculus. These are the really creepy ones. So this is an example of a homunculus, but they can look like very different things. And these are the ultimate in body modification, creating their own creatures, cloning.
He's a tail.
Bringing people back from the dead. All sorts of gross things.
Yikes. Cool.
And again, if you watched Grimdark Dawn with Nox on, Nox played one of these as a character. Did a great job with it. So yeah, these guys, like they literally create their own troops. They have racks. They have grotesques. They're all just various sizes and shapes of creatures. They also make creatures known as pain engines. This is one of them called a Talos. Look at that.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it is like a person in there
that has pain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It has pain. It deals out pain. So yeah, the models are cool, and they're very unique. There are also I showed off the Raider, but they also have like fighter jets and jet bikes and all sorts of other crazy stuff.
I'm sure you mentioned this and I tuned out. Why are we talking about these guys?
Because they're getting a new box with Piety and Pain to.
Oh, that's right.
And
with that chick.
Yes, with Lilith, and they're also getting they're one of the. Well, after Death Guard, they're going to be one of the first armies getting a brand new codex in 2021, early 2021. And we've already gotten some hints about how that codex is going to go. Because
people are going to throw their teams away?
No, apparently they're going to be better.
Okay.
Because they haven't been super great recently. Drukhari are generally what's known in games as they're like glass cannons. Have you ever heard that term?
No.
So glass cannon,
just like making up words.
Glass cannon is that's a real game term. You've played such things before. It just refers to characters or units that can do a lot of damage but can't take damage. They're relatively weak. It's hard for them to be worse. Yeah, I mean. So traditionally, most Drukhari with guns, they've got like these splinter guns that are they're poison weapons, depending on the.
I thought you had one in your hand. I don't know
I
why.
don't. I'm sorry. I don't have any.
No, I know, but you were futzing with something, and I was like, oh, he's good. Oh, I don't got no problems.
So they shoot guns that they can wound anything on a 4 up. So they've got a 50-50 chance of wounding.
Okay, that's
but they can't do anything against vehicles or heavy armor.
So then that's stupid.
They have no armor penetration unless you roll really high.
So you want to go up against orcs? She's having a lot of fun with your emotes.
That's great.
She redeemed a lot of channel points.
Good.
That's very cute.
Use it for something. So they were especially hurting against. It was hard for them to take on Space Marines because they'd have a bunch of shots, but it would be very hard for them to go through. And especially now that Space Marines are all at least 2 wounds, it's bad. So what Games Workshop has implied is that in their new codex, they're going to have a lot better ways of taking on 2 wound enemies, and they're definitely going to remain glass cannon type of armies, type of units.
Why?
No, that's just the thing, because they're not, as you saw in the pictures, they're rarely heavily armored. They're all about speed and mobility.
And they'd rather die.
Yeah, I mean, they want to bounce around. A lot of Drukhari units are vicious in melee. They just have to get there. So they're very fast. Their transports are also very fast, but not super tough. They do have some heavier weapons. They have these weapons called Dark Lances.
Just look how many points Eridan's cast.
Wow. Well, because Eridan watches every single stream. So awesome. Yeah, live fast. Die hard and
you
murder.
You spent that many? That's amazing.
That's awesome. So yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with their armies. It's not an army I ever really see myself playing, but they are cool. And again, it's an aesthetic that some people really, really like.
I don't hate them. They're kind of cool.
Yeah. Can I have a donut? You want food? What do you want?
Tacos.
You want tacos? Tacos and burritos. Okay, well, do you want something that I have in the house or something you have to order? What do you want to order?
I will later.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the follow. Drukhari forever.
Homuncule live. Right?
Sure.
Homuncule.
Or Homunculi 5. It could
Homunculi 5.
Would you ever play a faction that was totally evil for evil's sake? Or would that affect how you played and how you envisioned the narrative and the characters?
2 things.
Yep.
I want the army to look cool.
Sure.
And I want to win.
Okay.
So the lore and how we got there doesn't matter to me as much.
Okay.
So like when I think you were the one who was like, oh, orcs are really chaotic and already the Eldar is taken. I was like, well, that's right, on par with my online brand. So let's do that.
Sure. Yeah, and it's totally a personal choice. And
they're not aesthetically something I would have gone for, but I've learned to love them over. So like, were the Eldar the ones that are? What just happened? What does that sound?
That's a donation. $5 tacos for Jess.
Are we gonna eat after this?
We can.
Let's do that.
Okay.
We'll just wait.
We'll get tacos.
Maybe I'll order food after, like in the next hour.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This is why I like Thanos. Do I like Thanos? Did I say I like Thanos? Thanos? Did I say I like him? When did I say that?
I think you've said that before.
Maybe for just
you just like him because he's purple. I don't know. No?
Yeah, I definitely... No, it's why I like Loki. It's why I like Loki.
Are you excited for the new show? I don't know. Okay. Did you watch the trailer?
Not yet, no.
It's an interesting trailer.
Isn't Owen Wilson in it?
Yes. For some
They think he's going to be Stark's dad based off his look.
Okay. He's already had 2 dads. Why does he need a third?
This is true. He's actually had 3, because I think the initial picture of him in the first movie was a different guy too.
Maybe I don't.
You don't really care.
I don't know. What I find interesting is that yes, the Drukhari they're super evil, and again, like even if you were to speak to a Dark Eldar in universe and say, do you believe that you're doing good things? They'd be like, no, I'm evil. Like that's our point.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's not a faction of like, oh well, they think they're doing good. No, they're evil.
Yeah,
that's their brand.
If they win, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Hold on, you're just learning this, Erdensk? Then I'm chaotic. It's your fault then.
But I will say that the handful of people that play that army that I've played against have been really nice players.
I believe that.
like genuinely some of the nicest Warhammer players I've played against were Dark Eldar players.
That's kind of
and
nice.
I don't know, much more, looking into it much more than that, but
I'm sure there is an element of like I get to. Are they RPing though while they do it?
Not a lot, no.
Yeah, so I'm sure people like the idea of like I would never be this,
Yeah.
So let me let me play this. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different reasons that people are lured into different races, or again, it's like, do you like the building? Do you like?
Yeah. Right, and as we talk about, there are various ways of being into Warhammer and being into the hobby, and yeah, and if you're more about like building the models and you don't really care about the lore as much, then that's totally fine.
Yeah,
then that stuff wouldn't matter anyway.
You can't game shame. Ooh.
Game shame.
Game shame's a good term.
I like that.
I know.
No, it's not quite.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's close.
It's not far.
It's not.
It's not far.
Yeah. How are we doing with our with that project?
I mean,
I have so many behind the scenes projects right now. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I've been talking about it on stream.
Yeah, which is good. We should talk about it. Zardas, that's exactly what we were both just thinking for a minute. But it's not exactly. It's close, but it's not perfect.
The game blame? No, because game is not it's not actually right unless I'm stepping on game boards.
Well, I mean, it's game.
Because I was thinking like kink shame, right?
Yeah,
that's where it
exactly.
came from.
Yeah. We're still workshopping that.
Think kink. I'll outsource that name.
Or maybe something with model in it, because that can be
for me and for the game. Yeah.
Maybe.
The reaction to it that Jess's friends had was kind of fun. Oh yeah, I don't think I asked them, I was like, guys, I have a new career journey. Oh, yeah. And fantastic. I don't think they thought it was that great, right? I don't remember. Guilty models. Ooh. No. Guilty pleasures. Guilty measures. Guilty measures. Toys and boys. Toying with your emotions. Toying with Jessica.
Yeah. I don't know. We're circling it. We're in the vicinity, but we're not quite there yet.
Game shame is real close.
Yeah. That's the tier where they send you the stuff that they've built.
Oh, this idea is actually happening. I'm gonna make money. I have to make money somehow.
No, this could definitely be a moneymaker.
As long as it doesn't preclude me from having a film career, which it might.
Oh my god, are you kidding? These days?
No, I know.
Nothing precludes anybody from doing anything.
28 millimeter shame? What's 28 millimeter?
The scale of Warhammer model.
Oh yeah, but the thing is if we open it up past Warhammer, which we probably should, yeah.
I keep coming back to something like broken models, because but
something. What are you saying about me?
Well, no, but again, that's the that's the idea that it can
just toy models. Just toy models. Just toy models. Or what is there, like a cool acronym somewhere?
Yeah, we'll keep working on it.
I mean, Game Shame isn't the worst thing I've ever heard. And
it's not.
And it's like, that's a good name for the channel. Mm-hmm. We're taking applications for people who want to moderate for us and help us run the Patreon. You can do the height of your heels. That's funny.
You're gonna have to deal with a lot of messages from perverts. We're gonna throw that out there right now. 6 inch. We'll continue thinking about it.
So many verbs. FAO Schwartz.
FAO Schwartz. We'll continue workshopping. Oh, also, I need all of you fine people. If you're in the, hold on, I gotta focus trying to cut this stuff. We need to name the tank.
Oh. Toy mistress, mistress toy, mistress boy, mistress, mistress.
There have already been, I know, I'm trying not to, sometimes you really have to focus when you're cutting something very, very small.
Surprising.
So we've already had some good suggestions. You know what? I'm going to ask, if you have a suggestion for the name of the tank, can you put it in the Discord? So we'll collect all of the names there, and then we'll do a
little raffle,
and then we'll vote.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So please put them there.
Words, not my strong suit.
Words. So if you are somehow not a member of the Discord, it's the Homebuddies Discord. So my chapter, Dreadlord Herc, Toy.
What does joy mean?
We'll talk about it later.
Is it like Bad Dragon?
God damn it, Pandar.
What is it?
No, it's...
You have to say it now.
I can't, not with children around.
Look it up and just show me and point.
Anyway, it's when you tell somebody how to do something, somebody who wants instruction about something.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Instructor?
So my chapter it's a custom homebrew chapter. We are the Orca Gladiators. We are killer whale themed, although the colors are going to be exactly Pandar. Beef, jerky, often instructions. Yes, we are a fleet-based chapter. So we travel around on spaceships, dropping by planets to pick up new recruits when needed.
But vegan. But vegan,
right. Well, some amount of beef.
Okay, so there's a thing that people believe that when you encounter a type of animal or insect or what have you, that they exist as omens. So... Sure. I think other people have like personalized, like for me, I have like certain birds that exist as omens for me personally.
Okay.
Whenever I see a mourning dove, that means something to me. Whenever I see like this black and white little finch, it means something to me.
Okay. I get it.
A lot of birds. So my curiosity is
verbs, as the internet calls them.
What does an orca whale omen mean? And so we're gonna look that up.
I'm really into orcas because they typically symbolize in a lot of Native American and indigenous peoples, orca whales are often about wisdom, about family, and things like that.
Which totally suits you.
It speaks to me.
The native orca symbol or killer whale symbolizes family, romance, longevity, harmony, travel, communication, and protection. He is said to protect those who travel away from home and to lead them back when the time comes. Orcas will often stay their whole life with the same pod and raise each calf with care. Truly. Orcas travel in large family groups, working together to protect all members of their pod.
I like to protect my pod.
You sure do. Also known as the Lord of the Ocean, the killer whale is said to be the guardian of the ocean, with seals as his slaves and dolphins as his warriors. It is believed that killer whales are closely related to humans, and it is said that when a human drowns, the human is taken down by killer whales into their deep villages and transformed into a killer whale. Some tribes believe that killer whales will purposefully take down whole canoes to come closer to their loved ones. Okay?
Cool.
For the Haida, Sagan Zadagaye.
Say that one more time.
Skana Zadagaye.
Got it.
The killer whale people are among the most powerful of the people from the sea. Stories tell of Haida ancestors putting on skins of killer whales to enter the realm of the spirit world, where killer whale people and humans visit, communicate, and feast together.
Perfect. That's me in a nutshell.
Oh, Swokopter's here!
Hey!
Hi, Swokopter! Oh my god, hi! I've used the restroom.
Okay, bye. And I'm thinking about, I don't know if it would be too corny, but I'm thinking about using like mythological names as the names for the Space Marines in my chapter, and that they use them kind of in like a excuse me, in like a traditional sense where there's, so like there'd be an Ajax, and then when that person dies, a new person becomes the next Ajax. And again, that kind of thing that exists in Warhammer and in Space Marines already, where they reuse names, and there'll be like an iconic name that, like, then when that one dies, the next one appears, and it goes on and on and on. I don't know. Is it too hokey if I do that? If I use mythological names? I mean, it is my chapter. I can do whatever I want. For sure. So I'm building the back of the Gladiator tank turret. Looks like that. It's got a bunch of little pieces, but it looks cool. It's all coming together. Well, no. Well, that's the thing. They would just be Ajax. You wouldn't ever... Because remember, they're not romantic. They're not thinking back to Odysseus. Yeah, I'd have to decide what I'd want Odysseus to be. But it's just a never-ending chain. And again, though, that would tie into, as I've talked about before, when I build my Space Marines, I don't like them to be unhelmeted. So oftentimes, if a model comes with an unhelmeted head, I will convert it or break that head off and put on a new helmeted head. But sometimes those models will have a helmet attached to the model somewhere. Attached to the belt, attached to a leg or a back.
Attached to the model? So, some assembly required.
I see where you're going. So if I'm doing the plan where they reuse names, then that also fits in. It's like, oh, that was the last Ajax's helmet, and now I'm the current Ajax. Is it too hokey if
disassembly requested? Is it too hokey what?
If my Space Marines are named after mythological characters?
No.
Is that too nerdy?
No. Do you think that, like, Horus shouldn't have been named? Like, I mean, well, like...
That is true.
You know what I mean? You're doing just fine.
Thank you.
I think we're going to do Veggie Crow again.
Oh, do I glue this together?
Hi, Dreadlord, Herc.
It's true.
Okay, so what's my surprise?
Oh, it's not like your surprise, but it's a surprise.
That's sad now. I'm so sad.
Well, it was hyped up to you slightly incorrectly, I think. Or you took it slightly incorrectly. Last week, we talked about the Games Workshop Armies on Parade phenomenon, where you have an army, you build it, you paint it, you make a base for it. It's all themed. It all works together as a scene.
Okay.
And we talked about how that would be cool to do outside of the strictures of the Games Workshop scene, but that we would need help, because especially as far as project management, because this is a thing that's going to take a long time to do,
yes,
and to organize,
yes,
and to think about, and all this other stuff.
Yes, but I'm excited regardless.
So Zardoz has gotten in touch with me, and we've worked out some details, and we're going to do it.
Yay!
Zardoz is
Can I do it? Am I doing it?
Yes.
Am I part of it?
Yes.
Why didn't Zardoz reach out to me?
Well, because
I'm just kidding. Relax.
And this is going to be offered to all of you who watch, and let anybody else know if they might be interested. So we're going to do a project. It's going to happen. It's going to culminate in 2022. So there's lots of time
to order it, to enter it by 2022.
Right, and this is not Games Workshop affiliated. We're not going to be going up against like their crazy people. This is just us.
You don't want to
doing it. Well, you are welcome to if you want to, after and separate from us. Basically, this project, which is called Armies on Display.
I see.
Which is a good name. It's just an internal thing that we are all doing. I
understand now.
And then if you want to take it and go take it to a Games Workshop, you're more than welcome to. But we are doing our own thing. So, if you have any interest in Warhammer or Age of Sigmar, this would be a great time to dive in, because we're gonna have all sorts of tips and tactics on picking your army, picking out what units you want to get, building your stuff, painting, basing, making the thing. Like, we're going to go through step by step the whole process.
I freaking love this.
And we're all going to do it. We're all going to do it together.
I think this is great.
We'll have updates.
Can I tell you, I'm so excited. Since we talked about it, I have thought about it several times. And
that's great. Yeah.
Cool. And we always need a project manager. Like, sometimes you can be your own. Yes. Not always, though. Mm-hmm. And so that's very cool that he offered, because you do need someone that is like willing to like it. An idea is great, and this is why we teach this in improv. Is having people to say yes makes it golden. Yep. You know. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Pandar! Ugh.
Pandar, we are making.
He's not invited.
Armies, and creating a display for our army, each person. So this is what's known in Games Workshop circles as armies on parade. So again, each person makes. So you have an army, they're all built and painted, and they are all based, or you put them all onto a board that has some kind of a theme. It could be like a jungle or a city. Yeah, it's a diorama. Yes, 100%, yes. And there are rules about how big it should be, and they don't want anybody going too crazy over the top. Although some people do.
And they probably win.
Probably, yeah.
I'm excited.
But yeah, it's guidelines. Yeah, we'll have the whole thing. It'll be, and again, it's for 2022, so we have more than a year to do it. Plenty of time for people, even if you're just beginning, to get in on the ground floor and learn and do it with us.
Very exciting.
I'm very excited too. Yes, because again, I have so many models. I'm finally getting to the point where
you need to shitter off the pot.
Yeah, well, I'm getting my colors finalized. I've got my symbols finalized, so I'm
and now it's time to game plan, like where they live then too, like what world, like cool.
Yes. Yeah. November 22nd. There you go. Yeah. So again, if you want to also do the official Games Workshop stuff, you can. So what I need to do is I'm building the turret for the Gladiator, and I have to figure out if I glue the top and bottom together. No, it looks like I don't, in order to swap out the weapons. I leave them unglued. Oh, cool. Well, that was easy. So I can switch between the Greeper, the Valiant, and the Glancer for the Russell Crowe. Although I think this can glue right onto the back. Ooh, that fits nice. Are you ordering already?
Well, yeah, you gotta have it ready when we're done.
Well, that's true. I think I can glue this part on. That stays the same no matter which variant we're talking about.
No. Was their burrito any good? I don't remember it being good.
Which one?
From Veggie Grill?
Ooh, I don't remember. The Sea King's Wrath, that's cool.
Is that what you're going to call yours?
Well, I'm taking suggestions, and then we're going to vote.
For you. Oh, yes. For the thingy.
Yes.
Sea King's Wrath is good. Yeah. I like it.
And again, when we talk about something like this parade board, again, it's just what they call it, you can theme your armies however you want. There are people out there who theme it after My Little Pony.
I was going to say Spice Girls.
Or Spice Girls. Like you can do sort of a jokey theme, and that's fine as long as, you build it and paint it, put in the work that you want it to look good. It doesn't matter what the theme is. Whatever colors you want to use, whatever kind of accents, whatever kind of world you want to create for your diorama, it's all up to you.
I'm very thrilled for us.
Yeah,
This is going
to be cool.
Do you want something from somewhere else?
I'll get something. I'll find something.
From somewhere else?
No, that's fine.
Who can say where the road goes?
That's your go-to.
It's been in the ether.
Rotation?
Yeah. That's why I was like, stop Enya playing at the dentist. That was playing while they were going.
Right, yeah. Fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Good times.
It was really awesome.
Good times.
Well, I'm excited. I think that's a really cool idea for a project.
Yeah. Now you are more than welcome to utilize orcs that we have here if you would like.
Well, I need to think now.
Sure.
Because that was your not so subtle way of saying I'm not going to build mine with you.
What? What do you mean?
Thought we were going to build one together.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I didn't actually think that.
I figured we'd each have a...
Yeah, I have a stake in it personally. I have to beat you.
Okay. Oh, and we are planning on having... So we're going to have categories for people.
Okay.
So we'll have a category for experienced hobbyists, for new people,
okay,
and then also for young people, if any kids want to get on this. Because I think I got one who's definitely going to be interested in
yes,
doing,
I think
in doing
you're
this
right.
project.
I think you're absolutely right about that. That's a really good idea. So will you guys like create a website for it and like an entry form and stuff like that?
That's cool. we're the entry form is almost completed.
And you'll need like a little video.
Or the interest form, I suppose.
Interest form.
Yeah, we should do a video. And yeah, and John is on board.
Oh, cool.
So we'll get, I'm sure.
I can't believe you didn't win Warhammer Guy of the Year.
You know, it's interesting. First of all, I don't know how many people actually submitted a thing for me. So who knows?
Right.
I know. So I'm sure some people did.
Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well,
I don't think they ever fully gave out all of the awards for last year because of all the craziness with COVID, or this year. Because remember, they announced something like 11 or 12 names, and then they said more were coming, and then nothing ever happened after that. So I don't know
if you were like in the next name batch.
I mean, who knows? It's remotely possible.
Sure.
Yeah,
you just tell yourself that to go to sleep at night.
I may have had that thought, but
I would have had the thought
too.
Who
knows?
I would. Recently, I actually.
Okay, I never got a response, but that's fine. I wasn't expecting any. Yeah, so if you don't know what we're talking about, thank you, Aridinsk. Games Workshop does a thing every year called Warhammer Heroes, and it's all community-based, and people can submit names of people they think are exemplary members of the community, helping people to get into the game, putting on and running events, doing things for charity, stuff like that. and the people over at Hyper were kind enough to put forth my name, and I know that a lot of Hyper community people
I think that they would be hard pressed to find someone as like actively spreading the good word of it, you know.
I try. It is something I really enjoy.
Yeah.
So I like to spread it.
Just like how the Eldar like to spread pain and chaos.
That's right. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if they ever really finished their list, because it was also at a really crazy time, because technically you couldn't get the award unless you went to Adepticon, which was in, I think that's in March or April in the Midwest. And then like the COVID stuff was right before that. And
in order to receive the award? Oh.
Yeah, like they wanted you to actually show up to the big event to get it.
That's
a whole thing. So I wonder if March. Oh, it's in Chicago. Okay, cool. So again, that was like right when things were happening, and yeah, who knows? This coming year, we talked about this. The big store opening in Monrovia.
I think we have, yeah.
Yes.
That they have. It's like fine, like you don't have to go to Las Vegas anymore.
Well, this was the one. There's only one in Texas that's this size.
Oh.
Yeah. The only one in the country, in fact.
Wow.
So, hopefully they'll actually wait until after people are vaccinated.
So that way they don't go out of business. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
I had a whole dream last night that I was doing during COVID plays, like in Ventura County, because like I don't think they care, but obviously they are.
Parts of Ventura County doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I hope they wait, and I hope that they do a whole big crazy event, and we can go and be part of it.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
We could do an IRL.
Yeah.
Probably not, because
somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
We could document it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all you wanted to talk about today?
I don't know.
I mean, you usually have more in the docket.
Well, hold on. What's my? I have a document. I think we hit all the big things. What else would you like to talk about?
I have no agenda. You run the show.
That's
you just
rare.
I just paint. That's why you want me to paint, so I don't talk too much.
Airbrushes.
What about airbrushes?
So that's the thing. We are seriously considering getting an airbrush. Actually, we're seriously considering getting 2 airbrushes.
What?
Neo air compressor is what I think we're gonna get.
Say that one more time.
Neo and Iowata Neo air compressor.
Okay. Okay.
Would you eat something from Veggie Grill again?
Oh no, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I was gonna hang out for a couple hours, so if you wanted to order food.
Oh yeah, I think I'm good. Thank
Okay.
you, though. I did enjoy that movie so very much.
Yeah. So when you're obviously miniature painting is fun when you're doing it like this. Sometimes you want to get more done at a time or get your base layers done quicker, and then you need an airbrush. Yeah. So when I read about people doing airbrush, I generally see the same 2 company names, Badger and Iwata. So we are looking at getting
both?
Apparently, no, an Iwata Neo, which I've heard is good for beginners, airbrush beginners. It's a big step. There's a lot to learn and to master with airbrushes.
You okay there?
Yes.
What are you saying about? You hurting yourself?
No, just crazy. I'm just thinking about how it's a bit daunting.
Is it?
Yes.
That's so interesting.
There are a lot of parts. There's a lot of fiddly bits. There's a lot of cleaning. A lot of things that can go wrong.
Oh, sure.
You have to clean it every time. You get there's a lot to it. It's a whole other.
It's a medium.
Yeah. The parts all move. Yes. But we're looking into now. The other interesting thing with my family is that my wife and I are both interested in airbrushes, but for different reasons. My wife is looking at it for soaping purposes, because you can make mica essentially mica paint, and you can paint on soaps or bath bombs or things like that. But obviously, if she's going to be doing that with her super organic,
you can't use your
body stuff. You can't do that with my acrylic paint stuff.
No.
So we would need separate
That's so funny.
tools. We can use the same air compressor, because that's just a tube that sends the air, and then it's the actual airbrush part that we would need.
Actually, then here's my pitch.
I'm listening.
Get one, both learn on that one.
Yeah.
And then get the other one when she's ready.
Okay, hold on. I'm gluing. I can't just drop it all. But yeah, being able to share the compressor part, that definitely helps with the cost. Yeah, I'll take a look in a second. But then having to buy 2 separate actual airbrushes. Because yes, we would never mix those 2 things.
Actually, Tiny agrees with me. You okay there, Brad?
Yeah.
You okay there, Brad?
Sometimes I breathe in the glue fumes and they get to me.
Isn't that fun?
It can be.
Years ago, I worked at an Italian restaurant, and the least desirable station was the patio. But that didn't mean it didn't get busy. It actually got busier because people didn't want to sit in the patio. There's always like there's 3 girls that ran it always got full.
Okay.
There was 3 girls that like ran the floor. They always had their particular sections, and it didn't like trade off. Like someone just always had those 3 tables, or always those 2,
Okay.
And we had table runners and stuff like that, so it was not out of control, but it would get busy.
Sure.
Because they weren't seating in order, and every time someone was like going to give you someone to the patio, someone was like, "I'm not going inside." But like if you want to sit now, after all the tables are full, they would put everyone in the patio. Yeah. So 9 times out of 10, I'm like running my hiney off, and they would enclose the patio so that it would stay warm with the heaters and stuff like that, depending on what season it was. And they had, like any other Italian restaurant, like oil little lamps for candles on each table. And so I'd be taking someone's order. The heat was raining down. It was enclosed. I was already hustling. And this friggin' oil candles burning in my face. I'd be like, oh. There was 2 separate times I had to walk away because I was like overwhelmed with the choking, basically. It was very odd. And no one believed me, but I have particular sensitivity to chemicals in enclosed spaces, unless I'm getting nails painted strangely. It doesn't mean it won't like affect me, but it just I worked for a woman who got new carpeting put down, and they put this carpeting glue down.
Oh yeah. And
that scent bothered me for a full month.
Wow.
It made me feel sick for a full month. And the same woman would like to go get cheap ass candles from 99-cent store and burn them all day, and that shit would hurt my hand too.
It is interesting when you have sensitivities to things, but they'll be like that one thing, but that just doesn't bother you for whatever reason.
I do think half of it's mental. The other half is like you're actually breathing in toxics.
Yeah.
I'm not a super smeller, because then I would be a super taster.
I don't think those 2 always go hand in hand.
Fair enough. I don't think I'm a super smeller, though. I think I can. I can read. I can smell smells for sure, but it's not like. Yeah, maybe I'm not a super smeller. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, it oftentimes when I'm working on models, especially if I'm doing a lot of really intricate things, I'll lean over and I'll be doing a lot, and eventually like it'll just hit me at once. I'll get dizzy. Like, I've been doing this for too long. I need some actual air.
Sit.
I'll have to
relax.
Yeah. It tends to sneak up on me. And also you just leave it uncapped because you don't keep putting the thing back on.
Yeah, totally. We gotta get our kicks or somehow.
I'm not going to glue this, but let's see how it looks. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Nice.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew. Is Jess like Gus from Psych? I don't know.
I never watched that show. My dad watched that show.
Did he?
He liked it. My dad liked some silly things.
Well, I mean, people liked Psych.
Sure. But I think they would agree that it was a silly show. Does every piece get A32?
Grey's Anatomy is pretty silly.
I never watched that one either.
Right.
Sorry.
No,
I know it's your favorite.
It's my favorite chunk. I mean, actually, there is really, really great elements of it. So sweet. Emma Fife messaged me. She's like, "Are you watching Bridgerton?" I was like, first of all, I didn't know it was available yet. Second of all, I can't wait. It's a Shonda Rhimes also.
Yeah.
It's her one of her more higher profile things that she's working with. She has a whole deal with Netflix. Yeah. I'm sure she has had something else released. I think because I think she also did documentaries.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I don't want to say it's like her first effort with them, because I'm not 100% certain. But as far as like esque shows she's done before, it's the first one that I'm aware of. And it's Jane Austen setting. Are you kidding? She wrote it for me.
Cool. Oh man, so we had plans last night to watch Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Problem is, anytime you make plans for after kids go to bed, inevitably something happens. Usually, Maximilian, he needs somebody to lay with him, and he falls asleep pretty quickly. And usually whoever's with him falls asleep, and you're in there for about half an hour, and he goes to sleep, and you come out. It took Maximilian 2 hours to go to bed last night. It's a mess. So we didn't get started on the movie till late, and then we couldn't finish it because we both had work we needed to do last night. So we're most of the way through the movie, but haven't seen
the ending.
The end. So no spoilers.
Is Kristen Wiig in it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's in it.
Okay. Yeah. She's great.
Something was happening in my chat yesterday about Kristen Wiig, and I didn't understand.
In the movie, yes.
Yeah. Oh God.
Max is afraid of the video camera that's for the monitor in his room. He pulls the covers up over his head and he says, "I'm afraid of." But so he must have heard that from somewhere, because he wouldn't just come up with that on his own.
Are you able to talk to him via that?
Oh yeah.
No one's hacked into it, right?
No.
Because people can, right?
It's that is a thing, yes, but no, that has not happened.
Okay.
So it's fun. And we explained to him, like, no, this is how we watch you and how we talk to you
and protect you, and that's so interesting. You had an irrational fear of the afterlife. Fascinating. That's fascinating. It's amazing how we try to handle things we don't understand, or when we finally start to understand them, and your whole life change. Oh God, Pandar, you can't make that joke.
No, that's a funny joke.
Is it? Okay.
That system does do some really creepy things.
What? Like pat them on the head if they get scared?
No. At least the system we have, when you turn it on, it remembers the last frame of the image, and sometimes even the last sound. So we'll turn it on at night, and it'll be bright daylight, and sometimes it'll be like a kid looking at you or like speaking, and then it'll just be a frame, and then it'll switch over to the current view.
God awful.
Sometimes it's really, really freaky.
Why?
So be aware, things like that sometimes happen. I have no idea, but it's fun.
Sure,
it gives us a little thrill sometimes.
Sure.
As we're leaping up to figure out what's going on with our children, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's just the camera, just the monitor.
Hi, Wilder.
Oh, hey, Wilder.
Look. Before you do anything more.
Okay. I know you're starving. Eat more donuts.
No, I said all I got is sugar.
That's not a bad thing. Popular items. And this is
all vegetarian, but real cheese.
Why don't you just do the tamale kit for $66?
No thanks.
No pot pie? Well, god damn.
I know it. Why even show it? It made me want a pot pie.
Just to tease you. Wings. Wraps. What are you getting?
The Baja tacos and the nachos.
That one right there?
Yeah.
Is it? But it's not real fish.
Yeah.
It is real fish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Loaded yams.
Can't even have those.
Why?
Look what it says.
Oh, it's unavailable. Why do they even have it on the menu?
Exactly.
Solkatu, I will have you know that there is some amazing plant-based. There was a place that was in Hollywood. It's no longer there, but they had soy-based fish that was so good. I swear to God, it was to die for.
There's a place
unfortunately,
called.
That place closed down.
There's a place called Alak in downtown. I don't know how they're doing with the pandemic. They had shrimp that tasted like shrimp. And the chef has taken a vow of silence because of the pain that has been caused for animals, and they don't have a voice. Don't laugh at that.
Wow.
Cool
That's
pants,
awesome.
buddy.
Those are tights.
Cool tights, buddy. Yeah,
It's a very cool car. Like Impossible Fish. Basically, yeah, it's plant-based protein. Which, again, doesn't mean it's healthy. It just means there's no actual meat in it. Because some of that stuff is super unhealthy and full of sodium and other things. Oh, Demon Bite, stop it. You can make anything out of soy.
Well, not everything can be a Hanukkah present.
They're making fun of us for the type of food that we eat.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Well, you can't eat meat and cheese. So
Correct. Well,
vegetarian
I don't,
suits
but yes.
you. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Anybody can do anything. They have a lot of things.
You have a 500 IQ? That's impossible. No. Right? That's not even possible.
I don't know what the upper limit is.
Like, I'd say it was like 120, like 140 or something like that.
Well, no, you can have like two.
That's the joke.
What is it? 220? Some I don't know. It's a really weird scale. Also, the IQ system is inherently racist.
The what?
The IQ system and how they do testing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's also it's outdated. It's like not even...
well, that too. Yes. Good catch. I just want junk food.
I don't blame you. I mean, I'm kind of getting junk food. Everything.
Yes. Yeah. IQ is completely meaningless. Yes, and absolutely Slokatsu. There was a great article that I read once about looking at. It wasn't an IQ test; it was something, but yeah, standardized test about how like there was. This was a long time ago, but he was asking about animal sounds, and it had lowing for what a cow sound is, and like it's so skewed the answers because even most smart kids don't know that term.
Know what a lowing is?
Well, yeah, technically the noise a cow makes is lowing.
Okay.
That's the technical term for it, but like in agricultural areas and more than like those kids scored higher on that like it was stupid, made no sense. I don't know what to get. What's a buffalo mini wrap?
I don't think they were amazing. Damn. But they do have a buffalo chicken sandwich. Probably good.
It's too big.
Then get the mini wrap.
But you just said it's not good.
It wasn't amazing.
It looks like it's the right size for what I want right now.
Then grade it. You'll enjoy it.
Okay.
It's not like today has to be the best unless you die.
Every day should be the best day ever.
I do agree.
I mean, I don't believe that usually happens, but it should be. Oh, 228 is the highest recorded. Interesting.
Did you eat fries too?
No. Burger King. Oh, Zardoz is going to lay some knowledge on us. Do it. I always want to know more about stuff. In that novel I read, the Fabius Bile novel, there was also a really good quote that is, I'm going to put it somewhere. I took a picture, so it's on my phone, but I like it because I love teaching and being a teacher in my life. So the quote was, are you ready? Are you waiting with bated breath?
I actually stopped breathing.
One must never overlook an opportunity to Oh shit!
You doing okay there?
I took it sideways, and now it has to say sideways. One must never overlook an opportunity to decrease the galaxy's supply of ignorance.
One must never overlook an opportunity to decrease the supply of the galaxy's ignorance.
Yes.
What does that mean?
That means you should always be on the lookout to teach people and educate and share knowledge. What?
Like what you do.
Yeah. It's not mean. It's good.
Well, no, I didn't think it was mean. I just needed to hear it again. Okay. I was just educated.
And it's a good Fabius Bile quote because it's a little overwrought, which is fun. The IQ score G is a factor composed of 8 other factors, which are them, 50. Interesting. Yeah, and how they do IQ tests mainly on children, and some people assume that has anything to do with potential. It's also... Which
is all based on opportunity.
Right, yeah. Yeah, my brother and I had IQ tests when we went to a private elementary school when we were little for a short time. It was... Who knows?
I remember I had to test into my middle school. I guess it's not uncommon though for...
Yeah.
But we were also financial aid kids. So.
IQ is flat. It won't change over time. Yeah, okay. Well, it's all weird. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I scored well on the IQ test. My brother scored extremely well. But you never know what...
But isn't it like means. Math and crap?
It's a combination of stuff. I remember there was a question. They said, what's the difference between... What's the difference between a submarine and a whale?
Okay. Would you have to answer ethereally, or was there multiple choice?
No, this was just talk off the top of your head kind of thing.
Oh, they say out loud.
This one was. I don't know if they all are.
Okay. And what did you say?
Well, so that's interesting. One is alive, but apparently, and I believe that's what I said, but my brother apparently said the whale can die, which was higher ranked because that implies he understood that one is alive, but you're going even beyond that.
Whoa.
Or something. I remember that question being on there, and that my brother had some sort of fourth dimensional answer for it that
the whale they awarded. Can die. Wow.
That's
my first answer was going to be one's a machine, which is probably really dumb.
I don't, like I said, yeah, I don't know. It all depends on, what kind of stuff they're looking for, what means what. Their little notebooks. The whale is alive. There you go.
The whale is alive.
That's the appropriate answer.
The limit does not exist.
Such a good movie.
I know you think so.
That's a Christmas movie.
Oh, that's right. Did you see that fucking asshat who responded to my message? She goes, Christmas adjacent, not a Christmas movie. When I was talking about Iron Man 3.
I did not, but that's...
Just get off your head.
That same guy who wrote that thing the other day?
No.
How do you get these people?
I don't know. Just once a tweet like hits over 50, they get onto some other people's feeds.
Awful.
But like, it's a fine line between like me responding now and like I responded to someone's stupid, idiotic comment to the Fiasconauts we just did.
Yeah.
Where they were chastising Ian. It's out of control. And I just said get effed, but then I'm like, oh, that's not my channel, you know. Oh, that guy didn't tell him to F right off. Because I just didn't respond to him. Because, like, I'm not here to prove anybody.
Yeah.
And also, the second you say mansplaination, you know, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
My friend Eliza Pearl, who's one of the Ripleys, she posted, she goes, okay, literally, guys, do you not know when you mansplain?
I don't think...
Someone fucking mansplained it to her.
Oh my god.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. There was one person who was like, I don't know what I do it, I'm learning. Which is
sure,
great.
and I think that's honestly, I think that's the best thing you can do, because I worry that I do it and I don't try. I try to.
I will say this.
I'm sure I do, but
well, you don't. But not in my experience.
Okay.
Because you're a teller of information. Sometimes you can offer it like, "Hey, can I explain this thing to you? I just learned," or you know, or in my experience, that might be one way to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But when learning, very rarely should you go to someone and say, teach me about mansplaination, right? Like, or go to a woman, like, what does that mean? Maybe your best friend, you could.
Yeah.
But you should look it up.
Yes.
Look up what it means. Look, like,
right,
it's just the same.
It has a specific definition.
Well, it's you explain to me all the time, but that's your kink. So, it's like when you commit a microaggression, and someone calls you out, you shouldn't go to your other black friend and be like, I don't understand that what? Sure. Go look it up. Or be on the active lookout for ways to improve yourself, and don't tax somebody else to do that for you.
Yes.
And we are all guilty of things. That's my point in saying, it's like, I'm still not going to not commit a microaggression by accident. The more I learn about how systemic racism works. Don't burden the marginalized with the need to educate you 100%. Unless someone calls them out in a moment, most guys probably don't know. Totally.
Right.
But that's still not an excuse.
And another thing that I've been working on lately even is when you see something that is
wrong.
No, so when you see your group being called out for something, take a step back and
assess
and don't take it personally.
Yeah.
And don't jump in and say, oh, you know, whatever, because that like the not all men kind of thing. But even it can be more specific, and there are situations when every group is guilty of something, and
the opportunity for self-reflection is everywhere, and I think that's really awesome.
And just because there's something being said that is not you don't have to jump in and say that. Totally. Because someone probably needs to learn that lesson too. One of the things that people have been talking about a little bit more publicly is everyone's on their different journey with their own racism inherently. And some people, like even I might shame somebody. I can't believe you don't know that. That person could be 2 days into understanding that they live in a systemically racist world. Yes. So like. Oh, and
So like, how do you if we eat them for being wrong?
Right.
They're going to be discouraged. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But still, that's like, it's a fine line between going, hey, you got a far way to go. Come back.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's work on this. Let me explain why that's not.
No, can't do that.
Well, sometimes you need to though. Because
but like then that becomes the burden of all people of color to like have to explain over and over again, right? Or women having to explain over and over again. Like that's why I did not engage with that guy.
True. I'm saying if I am with another white person who says something that is not acceptable, I would like to think, but I have been in circumstances where I've said, okay, we don't say that, and this is why.
Yes.
Especially when it wasn't said in an attempt to be racist. It was genuinely coming from a place of ignorance. And I was like, let me explain why that's not cool anymore.
That is a perfect example of like why conversations like these are important. Where you, again, because you're right, it's not personal. I don't know anyone that's ever going to get comfortable with being called out, but we need to be like, it's something that the Ripleys and I talk about too. We have a whole thread where we share stories where we call people out or like, hey, Jeremy, I know we're friends and I know you're trying to be funny, but like how, and sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't.
Yes.
But recently I'm on the other side of experiences because also we're not in a culture that values standing up for people and doing the right thing. We see it in movies all the time, but then we get beat up for doing it. You okay there, bud?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, because people have feelings and
totally, and people aren't as evolved as you. Like it's like really hard to stand up to people, and our values get corroded easily. So that's why we don't stand up to that one white guy who's like, oh, can you be that Asian person? Like I could list events in my head where I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But now we can't do that. We don't. Just breathe it in, Scott. Just breathe it in. Yeah, using your privilege to help things is absolutely one way to look at it, or just your knowledge to share it with somebody. Like
and what Wilder said, that's good too. Yeah.
Recently, I said to somebody in something I had to read and record, I was like, hey, this phrase, outdated. And they were like this, thank you. You're so right.
That's great.
Which also, if you don't know if someone is calling you out for the right reason or not, just go, thanks, I'll look into it. Like, shut up. Don't go, oh my God, you're so right. Also, like, there's like people, like guys who've like sent me a couple weird things, right? And I know they didn't mean badly because I've had other interactions with them.
Okay.
And this is not easy, but to go, hey, that's too far. Because it's also, like my father would say this to me. He's like, well, how are they supposed to know the line with you if you act like a fucking pig? So how do you tell them what the line is? You tell them what my line is.
Okay.
This is what I was raised with.
Wow.
So now if someone's sending me an accidental picture of Spider-Man coming on the girl's over to somebody's house, that's past the line. And so I said that to somebody.
I would.
And I spent 20 minutes having to make that person feel better for having offended me. After I was just being clear, like, hey,
like
that's not something I want.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Blah, 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 blah. Get out of here, please.
Yeah, we're
take
done
it.
With this.
I just told you how Homecoming, the movie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Am I never allowed back?
No,
But the person thought that because of the way I joke around, that was kosher. Yeah. And it took me 2 seconds to go, okay, is this kosher? If someone like you sent it to me, probably. I don't know under what circumstance.
Right, yeah, that's. But okay,
it's interesting. They DM'd it as opposed to responding to a thread that it was sort of about.
So they knew that it was.
Well, it's
on some level. It's like this isn't.
It's just. Everyone's level is different, I guess is my point. And then also don't burden me with the task of making you feel better for making a mistake.
Yes. And
that goes for all people. Is it kosher to call something kosher? That's a really good question. It's a very good question.
As someone who keeps kosher, I think it's fine.
Well, so the thing I was referencing where someone was like, oh my God, good to know. Referring to something as a Mecca is responsible to people who act irresponsible, is offensive to people who religiously have a Mecca in the Muslim culture. It's just feedback I have gotten. So it is interesting, like these words that have been appropriated and manipulated to mean other things.
Not Mecca as in robot suit. That's okay. But
that's different.
Right.
But you have to be clear.
Sure. Yeah.
This isn't something I would share with everyone, but just this one time. Yeah, totally. And the person is not a bad guy, But that's why all the more reason to be like, because then if I don't tell them that, they'll continue to do it.
Yeah. And he'll do it to other women.
And I'll be uncomfortable every time it happens, but I already shirked the responsibility and By the way, guys, 9 times out of 10, when you guys say something gross when we're laughing, it's probably not because we think it's funny. It's because we're really uncomfortable. Like how Scott reacts to me.
No. Because all the times you make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. What?
Pandar. I was gonna say, and why did you say that's a Pandar?
He just does so many tech things for me. It's really hard to get rid of him.
Sure. I know the feeling. So what is coming up this week? We've got another holiday week, technically. You gonna be doing your normal streaming? Who knows?
I was thinking, and maybe we could talk it out right now. Not streaming at all until January 1st, because I could really stand to get some things done in my house.
Sure.
And every time I stream, maybe saving the streams for the evening, like when I actually play video games.
Yeah.
For myself, like kind of like what I did last night, except for not rage quitting. But
Was it Minecraft?
I walked into lava.
You're not supposed to do that? I've never played the game.
Well, yeah.
Did you have your lava suit on so you could go into the lava?
Dude, I had no armor. I didn't even mean to do it. It was so bad.
Were you using the naked mod where you just walk around naked?
So we were looking at skins. My friend Amani, who was playing with me, we did a sexy Kermit skin, and then he brought in
what?
Pee pee poo poo pants. It was a sexy Kermit skin. It was wearing a Santa thong and a Santa bra.
That's not sexy. You can call it sexy, but that's not sexy.
It wasn't. It's just a joke.
This is a kid's game.
And then he sent me this one, which I can't even show on screen, but I did post it in the chat, and then Pandar deleted the chat because it was so bad. It's so bad.
What is going on there?
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's literally called. Hold on.
Yeah, what's the name? Because I need to.
Yeah, no, the name is not clever.
What? What is... Wait, what's the name of that one?
I don't
Oh, Jesus. Well, I've seen it all. I didn't want to, but I have seen it all.
I know everyone regretted clicking the link, but everyone wanted to see it, and I told everyone.
Pandar, you made the right choice in annihilating that from the collective memories.
Azake, you don't want to see it. I swear.
That's now, I will tell you though. I don't know if anybody mentioned that's based on a Dragon Ball character. That's the name. That is actually the name of a character.
Naked and lots of pee?
No, before that, cauliflower. That's the name of a character. I don't know what that has to do with that.
It could be that person's name that just makes that.
Okay, but I'm saying that is a Dragon Ball name. So whether if that's the name of the skin,
it could be the creator.
Okay, well then that's where that name comes from. I'm just saying that's.
No, it's a creator. Yeah, got it. Yeah. You don't want to know, y'all.
It's wild. It's wild.
But yeah, so that's a long way to say I don't know I think I'm probably not going to stream this week because we also tomorrow I'm on the Chestnuts stream with
what is this?
Ripley we're doing a holiday show called Chestnuts.
Okay.
After all these things going on in your head, and then I think in the evening we're going to do a one-off RPG with my IRL friends called Oops All Walk-ins, and everyone is a different walk-in in 5e somehow.
That sounds exhausting.
It's going to be, but what else would you expect?
Sure.
And then I think I'll take the knee and come back on the first playing Superman in my Lex Luthor costume.
When you shave your head.
Yeah, I'm going to be bald. So, you know.
How much would the donations be for you to shave your head?
It had to be $10,000.
$10,000.
It would have to be $10,000.
Okay. Just wondering.
If I got $10,000.
Everyone has a price.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Is it? You think so? 25?
50 grand for you to shave your head when you're just at home all the time and you can just grow it back?
Listen,
that's madness.
If someone sent me $10,000 today, I'd shave half of my head.
That's cool.
And then if someone sent me another 15, I'd shave the rest. 10K is a low number for who? Panda, I think there might be a watch along, but I had to bow out because tomorrow is Sylvester's surgery and it's early in the morning and I gotta hang out with him.
Yeah, so tonight would usually be the Homebuddies group stream. We don't know exactly what's happening.
I think we're kicking around the idea of doing a watch along.
Yeah, but we don't know.
No one's
so just keep an eye on the things. We'll let everybody know.
It could be just watching along in the actual Discord too.
That is true.
And if that's happening, I just won't be like a voice. I can just, although I've been watching all the MCU, so I gotta just keep hammering at that.
Like rewatching?
Thank you for the hugs. Yeah. Okay. I'm going through it all again because I haven't rewatched it since the first time I watched each movie.
And when you were in live streaming,
live tweeting. Yeah,
rather.
so now it's just like really cool to be an enjoyment.
I've rewatched a few of those lately, just to have something on the background.
It's really enjoyable.
Most of those movies are good for that.
What's your week like?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have just a regular week, just usual stuff. So catch me at 10 o'clock in the morning on all the days except for Thursday. Time. Pacific time. Yeah.
And whose homebuddy is it next week?
They were just talking about that. And I don't remember. I don't want to speak out of turn. Out of class, as they say.
Who says that?
Old people? You've never heard that?
That's racist.
It may be ageist.
No, saying out of class.
It's racist?
I don't know.
I don't say it often.
Am I watching the Marvel one-shots? What is that? I'm watching all the phases. What are the one-shots?
Are you even watching the bad movies?
Yeah, I mean,
Captain America, the first movie. It's a bad one.
What?
The first Captain America movie?
That is not universally accepted.
Right, because it's bad.
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't be accepted.
What?
What? Captain America, the first Avenger, whatever. That movie's terrible.
What? How? On what planet?
Earth.
By what standard? Get out of here. How do you think that's a bad movie?
Going person standard?
No.
The movie's boring as.
What?
What?
Agent Carter. Oh, are they
awful boring?
Are those real?
Rubin.
Are those all real? Is he making a joke?
I don't know.
All right, is it time to go?
It might be. I don't particularly like that movie. I know some people do. That's fine.
I guess I don't hate it. For me,
I like legitimately hate that movie.
What?
I just don't like it.
When it comes to characters that I already like, I can watch them just sit in a yard. I've never gone like, oh, this season's not as good as that season, because I enjoy hanging out with the they're like 10-minute shorts. Oh, I'll watch those. That sounds cute.
So we've got the big old laser gun. Pew pew pew. We've got. They're not all fully dried yet, so I don't want to smash them around too much. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one at all.
Okay, we got it. The other ones are good. We understand.
The Valiant with the Las Talons.
Once you're invested with the character, you're invested. Yeah, I am. That's how it works for me.
And the onslaught cannons of the Reaper, which don't fit as well, strangely. Why is that? I didn't do anything wrong. There we go.
Is that a common complaint?
Those do look cool. Apparently, based on like the point costs for this, the Reaper is the best value
for its make.
Yeah, and it does look cool with the 2 Gatling.
Even though it's the same chassis.
Well, it's different, yeah, because depending on how you build it, the 3 builds have different point costs, and then of course their different weapons are only good for shooting certain things. So yeah, it all depends. But yes, please. Help me name this. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me fit it all together and we can see what it looks like. But please help me name this tank that my community was so awesome
Elliot.
To fund. So go to the Homebuddies Discord in my Warhammer channel and submit names. We'll let that run for a couple days and then we'll vote. Look at that. Do you see?
Cool. Pretty cool, man.
Cool, bro.
Cool, bro.
Cool tank, bro.
Cool tank.
Wait. Shoot. Can't do this.
Can I help you anyway?
Oh, I dropped it. No. Hold on. Backfired on me. I just want to get all the parts that I built so far. Because these are... like a little spotter. There we go. Look at those things.
Oh, cool. R2D2s?
Yeah, it's like little spotter things.
JK.
So I've got... so then there's a top hatch, and I can have a little dude peeking his head out. Then there are the sponsons, and there are a couple different versions of the weapons, so I have to figure out how to build those so I can pop them in and out. And then there are just some little doodads that get stuck on around the sides and the back. So I'm pretty close to being done.
It's very cool.
I like it.
I'm glad that your community is invested in it.
Yes.
And I look forward to engaging names, including ones for our project.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, and I should say that when I build my armies on display, this will most certainly be part of that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the name of it could ultimately dictate the version of what you build.
That's true, yeah.
Like Sea of Desire would be something specifically.
Yes. Yeah, cool. Well, and also what version that I end up sort of keeping it for display will also determine what else I play with it.
I like Sea of Desire. Are there any seafaring or sea capable things
in Warhammer?
Yeah.
You know, that's an interesting question. There aren't a lot of that kind of stuff ties into the writers of the novels. And if it's a question of, are they good at writing undersea stuff? Or do they just kind of shy away from it? There have been a couple of Warhammer stories that have taken place, or battles that have taken place underwater, on underwater planets.
Okay.
But not a lot.
Huh. So who were those armies?
I mean, it's always Space Marines of one sort. And there was one that I read. I think it was just some random alien that they ended up wiping out, as usual.
And what are those wispy purple-white aliens? Were Eldar? Are they Eldar? Like the wispy, pretty, like the ones the angels. I think Malika had it.
Purple. She's played regular Eldar, Dark Eldar, and then Harlequins. Harlequins, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I'll look it up.
Like
I'll look
a
at
lot of colors and
Sky.
it depends on how you do it.
Sky of Desire.
That could be.
We could find a mermaid world.
I'm down. I like mermaids.
I like mermaids too.
I really like mermaids.
I like mermaids more than you do.
I don't know.
I like mermaids.
You might like them in a different way.
Oh God.
There's a mermaid at the place where we would stay in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's cool.
Going, yeah. They would do cool shows. We should probably get going.
Zach did mermaids.
Apparently, yeah. I didn't watch that whole thing.
I just had to see him in the mermaid tail.
Sure.
One day I'll be a mermaid. I have elf, fairy, and mermaid blood in me.
Blood? Excuse me?
They're my ancestors. Let's go.
Wait, so which one of your ancestors fucked a mermaid?
The fairy?
Okay. So it was direct.
Yeah.
For the I mean, there used to be a lot of mermaid content in Las Vegas. Not as much anymore.
Thank you to all of you who have watched this on YouTube or watching the VODs. You can catch us every Saturday at 2 p.m. right here, Pacific Central Time. Otherwise, we're going to send you off to somebody else.
Maybe. Let's see. Yes, thanks for everybody hanging out with us. I got some really good work done on the Gladiator. We talked about Dark Eldar. We talked about some of our projects that we're working on. And yeah, it was super great. Super great. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Happy holidays to those who celebrate them.
We'll let you know what's going on tonight. Don't know at the moment. Oh, should I find a Warhammer person?
Yeah.
Like last time?
Like the girl who was just sitting on a chicken. What was that?
She was very enthusiastic about that chicken.
Yeah, but like it really helped me to realize how off-putting I can be sometimes. It was a lesson
for you?
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we've got
us.
That's us.
Go to that guy.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Why not? Bunch of people.
Okay.
No, Necron.
Well,
go to him.
This one.
I don't know. You choose. You chose really well last time. Scroll down.
Well, these all are like not a lot of people. Not that that's bad.
No, it's not. They'll be really happy.
What is this one doing? I don't know. You pick. I can't choose.
The Necron Overlord painting.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're going to check out Shiro Senpai. Oh, wait. What did I do?
Well, you're on the channel now, but you just need to hit.
Do that.
Hold on, I got it.
Okay.
Stop here. Stop. Hello.
Hello.
Why can't I type here?
I don't know. It's slow because it's trying to run different things at once. It doesn't like you. Raid. It's happening, folks. Okay.
Hi, Builder Russ. Nice to see you, Builder Russ. Bye, Builder Russ.
We're gonna raid somebody who's cool and paint. Well, hopefully he's cool.
Well, we'll find out. Painting. Hopefully they're not bad people.
Oh boy, you never know. And we'll see you later. Okay, bye. End stream.
Mm-hmm.
When?